Most people think the biggest retirement risk is a stock market crash. But after working with pre-retirees and retirees for years, I've noticed something surprising. Some of the most costly retirement mistakes usually come from the risks people never saw coming. Not the obvious risks, the hidden ones, the blind spots. And here's the difficult part. Many intelligent people with 500,000, 1 million, or even $2 million saved still end up making mistakes that quietly weaken their retirement plan over time. Not overnight, but slowly. A poor withdrawal strategy here, an unnecessary tax hit there, that a healthcare event or market downturn happens at the wrong time, and suddenly the retirement they worked decades for starts feeling far more fragile than expected. So, in this video, I want to walk you through some of the most common retirement blind spots I see pre-retirees and retirees make. And if you stay until the end, I'll show you a simple framework we use with clients to help address hidden risks, create more predictable income, and help bring more confidence and peace of mind into retirement. By the way, if you're approaching retirement and you have at least $250,000 saved, there's a link below this video where you can schedule a complimentary retirement strategy call to see how we can help you coordinate your income strategy. Identify some of these blind spots before they become costly problems. Now, let's start with one of the biggest blind spots of all. Blind spot number 1. Thinking accumulation and retirement are the same game. This is where a lot of people get blindsided. Because the strategy that helps grow your money during your working years is often very different from the strategy needed to generate income throughout retirement. After all, during accumulation, you're adding money consistently. You have time to recover from market downturns. You still have a regular paycheck, but retirement changes everything. Now your portfolio may need to generate income, help reduce exposure to market losses, handle inflation, taxes, healthcare costs, and the very real possibility that you may live longer than expected. And it has to do all of that while you're withdrawing money instead of contributing. That is a completely different game. But many retirees are still using accumulation strategies during retirement, and that can create real vulnerability, especially when markets become volatile. I remember speaking with someone who retired right before a major market downturn. On paper, they looked financially prepared, but their plan assumed the market would cooperate immediately after retirement. It didn't. Because they were withdrawing income while their investments were down, the damage compounded much faster than expected. This is called sequence of returns risk, and many professionals consider this one of the most significant risks retirees may face during the first several years of retirement, because every dollar withdrawn during a major downturn is a dollar that may not fully participate in the eventual recovery. Blind spot number 2. Assuming your average returns matter more than timing. Most financial projections focus heavily on averages, average market returns, average inflation, average longevity, but averages don't always tell the full story. Timing matters enormously. In fact, 2 retirees can experience the exact same average return over retirement, but the person who experiences losses earlier may run out of money years sooner than the person who experiences losses later. That's the part many people never see coming. A difficult market during the first few years of retirement can create lasting damage, especially if withdrawals are happening at the same time. This is one reason why many retirees look for ways to create more predictable income streams, including strategies such as annuities that may help reduce exposure to market volatility, not as a replacement for everything already in your portfolio, but as part of a balanced retirement income approach. Because once you stop earning a paycheck, stability and predictability often become more important. And by the way, if you want help identifying hidden risks in your retirement plan, like sequence of returns risk, income gaps, or unnecessary market exposure, there's a link below where you can schedule a call with our team. We help pre-retirees and retirees explore retirement income strategies focused on predictability, risk management, and long-term planning. Underestimating taxes in retirement. A lot of people assume they'll pay less in taxes once they retire, and sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. In fact, I've seen many retirees genuinely surprised by how much of their retirement income may still be taxable, especially when large withdrawals from traditional retirement accounts push them into higher tax brackets, or once required minimum distributions begin. As you probably know, required minimum distributions, often called RMDs, are mandatory withdrawals that government requires from certain retirement accounts after a certain age. even if you don't need the income. And if you're not careful, those withdrawals can potentially increase your tax burden. They may also cause more of your Social Security benefits to become taxable, and could even increase Medicare premiums, which means many retirees may unknowingly be sitting on a significant future tax issue. This is why tax-efficient distribution coaching is so critical. Having different buckets of money taxed in different ways may provide more flexibility later in retirement. For some people, that might involve Roth conversion strategies. For others, it may simply mean becoming more intentional about the order in which they withdraw from different accounts. But ignoring taxes completely can quietly reduce retirement assets over time, and many people never stop to calculate how much they may be losing unnecessarily to taxes. Blind spot number 4: underestimating healthcare and long-term care costs. This one catches families off guard, both emotionally and financially. People consistently underestimate how expensive healthcare can become later in retirement. And even worse, many people assume Medicare covers everything, but it doesn't. Long-term care expenses alone can significantly impact retirement assets, especially if one spouse requires extended care for several years. Naturally, most people don't even want to think about themselves or their spouse needing long-term care. That's completely understandable. But here's something I've noticed over the years. People insure their homes, their cars, even their phones, yet many never take steps to evaluate how a major healthcare event could impact their retirement plan. And according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, nearly 70% of people turning age 65 today may require some form of long-term care services during their lifetime. That is a major blind spot. Now, this doesn't mean everyone needs the same solution, but every retiree should at least sit down and honestly evaluate what impact a long-term care event could have on their retirement plan. Because healthcare events rarely arrive with advance warning, and having a plan before the problem shows up can make a significant difference. Blind spot number 5: waiting too long to build a retirement income strategy. A lot of people delay serious retirement planning until retirement is right in front of them. But what I've found is that the earlier you identify potential risks, the more options you may give yourself. More flexibility, more tax planning opportunities, more time to position assets intentionally, and more room to make adjustments before they become expensive. The people who tend to feel the most confident entering retirement are often not the people chasing the highest returns. They're the people who planned ahead, addressed risks early, and built a retirement plan designed to navigate uncertainty, because uncertainty will happen. Markets will fluctuate, taxes will change, healthcare costs will rise. The question is not whether challenges will come. The question is whether your retirement plan is prepared to handle them when they do. So here's the framework we typically walk through with clients. First, build a foundation. Many retirees choose to position a portion of their essential income needs in strategies designed to reduce market exposure, so they can help cover essential expenses regardless of market conditions. Second, create flexibility through tax diversification, income diversification, and asset diversification. That flexibility may help you adapt more effectively to changing circumstances. Third, help manage the hidden risks we talked about today. Things like sequence of returns risk, longevity risk, healthcare exposure, and unnecessary tax exposure. And fourth, create clarity, because clarity creates confidence, and confidence often helps people make better decisions during retirement, especially during emotionally difficult market environments. Now, if you're retiring within the next 10 years, or you're already retired and you want help identifying potential blind spots in your own plan, click the link below this video to schedule a complimentary retirement strategy call. We'll walk through your current situation, identify potential risks, and help you explore strategies designed to help create a more reliable income foundation and greater confidence moving into retirement. There will be no pressure on the call and no obligation to move forward. Just a friendly conversation designed to help bring more clarity to your retirement planning process. Thanks for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.